Welcome to at GITEX Leading Digital Transformation, the Forbes Middle East Podcast, where we dive into the ideas and innovators redefining how we live, connect, and create value in the digital economy. Joining us today is Khalifa Al Shamsi, CEO of Life and International, a visionary leader shaping the future of digital lifestyles and financial inclusion across global markets. Under his leadership, Life has become a powerhouse in super apps, fintech, and entertainment, creating experiences that seamlessly blend connectivity, commerce, and content. Meanwhile, International continues to expand the group's global footprint, building platforms that empower communities, bridge digital divides, and unlock new opportunities for growth and innovation. In this conversation, we'll explore how is redefining loyalty in the age of super apps, tackling the challenges of scaling fintech across borders, and reimagining digital lifestyle services for a new generation of connected customers. Khalifa, it's great to chat with you again. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward for this chat.
So let's start with the metric that matters the most in this digital era. How do you really measure loyalty across fintech products, across super apps?
So there are different metrics we use for the different type of services. So for example, when it comes to entertainment services, what matters is how much time a user spends with us. So we relate to the consumption data for the user in terms of the time that they spend and the variety of the various content that we do. Because it's very important to us also when it comes to our content mix, our investment that we do on these content, and we measure the time that the user is attached and engaged with our content. When it comes to fintech, fintech is our wallet, is our digital bank. So what matters is the number of transactions, the size of the transaction, and the frequency of the transaction. Because fintech is about financial services super app. So again, we want to deliver the most value to our user. Entertainment about giving them something meaningful in their life and in their consumption from media, entertainment. So different type of content, different type of startups and ventures that we have, we measure it differently. Also, if we look on the other side, when we look at the Everything app, the Kareem, we look at how many number of services the users are using with us and the retention rate, like how many users are using our services this month and then they continue to use it next month. That's very important, of course, in addition to the ticket size that they consume with us.
So what's one KPI you use to measure loyalty across super apps or across fintech?
So across all, I think the satisfaction of our user, the NPS score is very important to us because that sums the advocacy of our user. It's the amount that people are satisfied with our service and then they advocate it to their peers. And that's normally, it's an early indicator of how big your customer base will grow.
How do you adapt your digital lifestyle offerings across the myriad markets that you operate in?
Absolutely. We have a lot of markets that we serve through our digital companies. Stars Play, for example, serves 22 markets. Our fintech offerings exist today among 16 markets. And Kareem today is in 3 cities for the Everything app type of solution. What's common for the users is a meaningful, simple, intuitive type of applications. Now, while regulation for fintech, for example, might differ from one market to another, but the simple needs for the customer remain the same. So what we end up doing, we try to unify our technology stacks because this allows us for a more efficient, cost-effective way of doing the service. We try also to leverage on the journey. Some of the journeys can be replicated across markets, like payment type of services, like remittance type of services can be replicated. But when it comes to, for example, credit-based services, microfinance, it might differ based on the different particular markets. So we try to unify a lot of UI, UX to the most part across market while we specify the go-to-market activities, the campaigns that we do for each market.
Share with us a case where one lifestyle service really transformed a community that you're operating in.
So definitely it has to be in the fintech space, a service that we've just launched a few months ago with the Ministry of Human Resources in the UAE. UAE, while it's in one angle, it's a very advanced financial institute type of a markets. we have a lot of also users in the UAE. They're not banked or they're underbanked. And as EAND, we pride ourselves for bringing inclusion to our customer base. We've done it in the telecom era with ensuring that everybody's connected, everybody's have a phone on their hand and a connectivity and data on their hand to connect with the world. And once we entered into the fintech domain 3 years ago, we've seen the gap that is available with the various financial institutes that not they're covering the whole market. So for us, ensuring financial inclusion across the whole base. So for example, if we talk about the UAE, we want every single users with the Emirates ID and a valid phone number to be able to have a digital wallet that have an IBAN account in it, that have a card associated with it, that can pay locally and internationally, and also can introduce new ways of investment, whether it's in the gold, which is very common here in the UAE, or in stocks, for example. And this is something that we have started 3 years ago. Now we have 2 million. The service that we collaborated with Muhri is addressing the domestic workers in the UAE. There is approximately 1 million domestic workers. And this segment, sometimes they suffer from the accuracy of and the timing of receiving their salaries. It used to be a cash area. I mean, I'm guilty. Sometimes I'm late in withdrawing cash in the old days from an ATM and hand it over to my driver or to my nanny. In the new era with the Muhri collaboration and connecting to their back-end system, with a click of a button, I see all the people that they depend on me on their employment. I see their names, their salary that's as per the contract. I can add to it if I want to be generous or if they deserve a raise. And then they will receive it into their own wallet instantly. So there is no time wasted, and because there are a lot of dependency. So it's a humane way to make sure that you satisfy your obligation. Then they have also an endless possibility of utilizing that fund, whether they want to send it immediately to their loved ones, whether they want to transact from it online or physically with their card, or they want to put aside a little bit of money that they save it on them. So this is excite us that to be able to create value also for the community.
Absolutely. No excuse for late payments and potential for bonuses for all those people that matter so much to us and help us so much in our homes. And you are really skilling fintech across multiple regulatory regimes. What is the biggest challenge in doing so?
I mean, throughout the markets that we have, I mean, the biggest challenge is the different regulation, different license exist across so many different markets. So for that, we don't manage that from the center because it would be crazy for us to do so. And so much diversity in the license requirements, obligation, compliance requirements. So for that, we're dependent on local experts in each market to making sure that they satisfy and follow the local. So this is keeping up also, and this thing is not static. It's not a standard and sits still. It keeps changing. License, regulation, requirements keep evolving, and so do we.
Tell us about how you balance innovation. I mean, when it comes to super apps and metaverse with monetization and profit scaling, does one come at the expense of the other?
I mean, when you look at profitability of some of these new solution, the tech solution, you have to put in mind from the get-go that it's not going to be profitable in the immediate short term in the first year or two. So if you have that realization, you want to double down on investment in order to ensure growth. And if you ensure growth, will allow you also to provide the value. Some of the services, we want to grow our market share, so we double down on the service, on the discounts that we provide to our user and attracting them through different offering, competing with in the market when it comes to so many different players to provide them value, because we need that level of awareness. So in that case, we lean toward the customer satisfaction through offering. The minute we build our customer base and the customer can trust us with more, then this is where we also balance it with the profitability also that you want to, because any sustainable solution, it has to be profitable, maybe not the short term, but in the mid and the long term. And this is how we balance the two together.
You have embarked on so many partnerships, too many to count. Tell us about the most impactful ones in terms of expanding your international footprint.
So definitely when it comes to the fintech domain, I mean, international money remittance is very important because it serves, UAE is the number 2 country in the outflow of remittance globally. So for that, we have to depend on multiple partners in order to ensure the widest coverage. So for that, we have a partnership with MoneyGram, we have a partnership with MasterCard, and more also companies come in to ensure that we bring quality of service to our user, cost effectiveness, and the widest coverage in terms of countries or in terms of the receiver end, whether it's cash, bank, or wallets. So we're continuously adding more partners in that domain to ensure our customer have the best quality and with the most affordable prices.
And you're building financial access for the unbanked in so many communities and countries. Tell us about the lessons that you've learned from that endeavor.
I think by design, you have to put the customer at the center of the design, and you have to capture a lot of the insights from this market before we building the journeys of these users. And for that, this is a continuous thing. It's not something that we build and we stand still. So you'll see when you look at our app, there is like every 2 weeks, there is update. In the era of the old telco domain, you develop it once and it's set still for years. In the tech domain, the refresh of the app and the change of the journey happen every a week or every 2 weeks. This is because there is a continuous learning from the data. So you capture the data, the journey, the disconnect, the complaint, the insights, and then you redesign for the user. So the agility is very important.
And are content and entertainment evolving as part of Ian's portfolio as well?
Absolutely. I mean, our content champion stars play over 22 markets. We had it only subscription content play, but now in the last 1 year, we added an AVOD, an advertisement funded to serve different segments of the market, those that they want to pay premium for a premium content and those who want to have entertaining content, but they're not willing to pay for it, so they don't mind the advertisement. The localizing the content is very critical. So the content that we serve in Morocco, similar in some part of it to the Egypt and UAE and Saudi, but in the other part you have to have also different content specified for each region. Now in the new era of AI, we're utilizing a lot of the consumption data to segment it to the customer of one customer, knowing their consumption data, their daily habits. We're not reading your minds yet, but we're reading your data to be able to suggest to you also the type of content for even the different time of the day.
And is there a surprising consumer habit that's lending to your strategy or helping that shapes your strategy today?
No surprise, because I mean the closeness that we have in our solution with the user, we can see and we adopt very quickly. One thing in the food domain, we've noticed that our customers, when they order their grocery, it's very critical for them to order fresh fruits and vegetables. And this is the type of order they don't normally do with the food and grocery delivery, because they said, no, when it comes to fruit and vegetable, you have to feel it, you have to smell it in order to do it. And you will see a lot of that consumption happen in the supermarkets and hypermarkets. So we depend on our strategy on screaming out on our differentiation with the freshness of our fruit and vegetable portfolio, and also the iconic fruits and vegetable of each season, to make sure we stand for that. And once we deliver that with the right campaign, it picked up and it delivers the numbers. So these little insights also creates a lot of attractiveness in our offer. Similarly, when it comes to the food and delivery also, the commitment to the time that you communicate and you deliver upon it is very critical. If you tell me when I deliver my food in 30 minutes, by God, you better deliver it in 30 minutes. If you deliver it in 35 minutes, people are not happy about it. So we utilize a lot of the AI and the data that we have in order to precision of the time of delivery, depending on the restaurant, the type of meal that you have ordered, the time of the day and the traffic on the road, to be able to give you a time that I can meet it or beat it. And if I don't, you get some money back out of that order. So these are the things that makes customer decide whether they want to order from one platform or another.
And if you had to bet on one platform shift, be it Web3, immersive media, or AI-driven personalization, what would that shift be?
I think since we're still in the era of AI and now with the agentic AI, people are getting tired and lazy of so many apps to navigate, to explore. They want to sit back, relax, and chat with their agent to deliver a value for them. Whether it's a movie they feel like watching right now, a food that they want to order right now. Sometimes I open the app and I don't know what's in my mood for. So simplifying that, even the decision process for the user, that would be something that will be generated and created by agentic AI.
So many exciting services you're offering, Khalifa. Thanks so much for briefing us today on your latest developments.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.